Hey guys, now that you saw all of the content that we want to pass in terms of 40x, the 5 dysfunctions of a team, and then how to convert your vision into results, and now we're going to talk about practical touch points that you as a person that manages other people for sure has it on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, which are team meetings and one-on-ones. So starting with your team meetings, they are the most important touch points that you have inside your teams, and they happen every week. So they are a very important part of the team dynamics, and the way and the quality of the meetings says a lot about how the team is working, the harmony of the people in the team, and how the team is actually performing on the thing. So the idea basically is that we as people that manage other people, as team leaders, we really need to make our meetings in a way that people want to go to them. Because in the next week, when our members are at home and they think that they need to leave to go to the meetings, they need to want to. They need to understand that going there will make their day better, will make their jobs easier and their next steps more clear. So as we said in the 40x part, we work on our meetings. So meetings are one of the disciplines and one of the ways that we use to implement our strategies. So the strategy that we use here is to work on an account, review, and plan framework. Meaning that on the first step of your meeting, you first account on the things, make everybody accountable on the things that needed to happen before that meeting. So what were the jobs, what were the things, the deliverables that everybody in the team needed to do before that meeting? What were they done? Were they not done? If they were not done, why weren't they done? And then understanding and putting everybody on the same page of the things that needed to be done by then. After this, you review your scoreboard. So when you talk about scoreboard, sometimes you can think that it's very complicated, but in the end, it's just a table, a spreadsheet, something that shows where you are. So it's when you go to a football match, it's the thing that stays on the top, saying what is the score of the team. It tells you where you are. And it's very important that this scoreboard is present in this meeting so that everybody in the meeting can understand where you are. And usually you as a team leader is the final responsible for bringing the data, bringing the stuff, and also understanding what are the things that you can point out in this scoreboard and not just showing, but actually analyzing together and comprehending what is happening wrong. So in your team meetings, not only bring the scoreboard, but actually go and point out some things for your teammates to analyze. And then the last step of the meeting needs to be the plan part. So what are the things that, based on our discussions, based on the things that we've seen so far, we need to do, and with very clear deadlines, with very clear responsibles, and not very long deadlines. So you can use as a parameter that the longest deadline that you can use is the next meeting. So don't set things that are for September, October right now, but actually set things that you can actually track. Because in the end of the meeting, you need to track these things. So it's not just about setting the things and then expecting that people will follow, but then after, go on WhatsApp, go on an email, and make sure that people are actually doing the things that were set. If you do it like more hard in the beginning, it will create some habits, and then in the end, you're not gonna have to do it so many times. So this is the structure of meetings, and it's very basic, it's very simple, but we also separated some tricks for you to use and something that it's cool to keep in mind. The first thing is to work with check-ins. So the people that work together, they are not just machines that are working together, they can also understand more about their lives and then work on team dynamics much more. So make a quick introduction in the beginning of the meeting on a check-in question. So how is your week so far? Or even more creative questions that you can actually invent. Another thing is punctuality. So the way and the time that meetings start will also dictate a lot about the team and how the team is working. So if your meeting starts 30 minutes later every time, people will do things 30 minutes later. People will start acting the way that the things are being said in the meeting. So make sure to start on time and put an extra effort on this. The other thing is you can use meetings to work on education. So if your team is passing through a transition from one stage of the customer flow to the other, for example, you're stopping sales and you're starting approvals. So what education do they need? What new things can you provide in terms of content and that you can take advantage that everybody's together to work on these things. The other thing is clear next steps. So the plan part, very, very hard. The quality of a meeting is usually measured by how clear are the things after the meeting ends. So how clear are the next step, the deliverables that people need to do once the meeting ends. And also, no individual tracking. So if you spend 15 minutes talking to one person and the other people are there just listening, it's going to be very boring for them. So we have one-on-ones for this, we have individual meetings for this. Make sure that the team meetings are about the things that concerns everybody, so that everybody can actually participate actively on the things that are there. And then, once you mastered the art of making meetings, you can even ask your team members to run a meeting or the other. So a cool trick could even be like 1 week a member takes care of the meeting, the other week the other one takes care of the meeting, and then you empower them also to take charge of the team dynamics as well. And then in your workbook, you can see 6 boxes with 6 questions that we really want you to ask yourself before going to your meetings. So you can print the workbook, and then every time before you go, you answer to these 6 questions to make sure that you are actually going through all of this stuff and making good meetings. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed.